Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion and the finer things in life, and today we're going to be talking about ROJA Parfums HAUTE LUXE line. Top tier, the very most expensive fragrance of ROJA's website. ROJA, $3,500 plus a Goodnight Kiss, Great Britain and Chypré Éxtraordinaire are in front of me right now. So if you have any questions about ROJA's top fragrances, purple label, oh my god, you are going on ROJA's website, reading and wondering, what are these fragrances? Are they worth the money? What am I gonna do? Should I even decant them? Should I try them? I got you covered. I have all the questions answered in this video. We're gonna go through fragrances one by one, and I'm gonna tell you how it feels, what I feel. Is it worth the money? Is it really high quality? All of it. So what are you gonna do? Go grab a drink if you're feeling thirsty. Whoop, go grab a snack if you're feeling a little hungry. Come find me here. I have Roger Dow with me today actually, and we're gonna start our conversation. Alright, wow, ROJA Parfums HAUTE LUXE line. Well, there used to be 5 fragrances in this line. 5th one being discontinued right now, having been discontinued, named Majestic Out. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to experience that fragrance because I was meaning to buy the travel size like I did with 3 of these fragrances. But whew, what do I see? That's discontinued. It's gone. So today we are down to 4. I have 4 fragrances in front of me right now. I have 1 full bottle, and that is actually a Goodnight Kiss. And I also have Great Britain, Chypré Éxtraordinaire, and wow, the one and only ROJA. So 2 of these fragrances actually I have talked about them before on this channel, so I'm not going to be really going into details of a Goodnight Kiss and Great Britain. The videos where I talked about these two fragrances are going to be up in the card section or down in the description box. However, I'm just going to give you the general feeling about them, but I'm not going to be like really taking your time regarding those 2 fragrances. And if you have more questions about them, please feel free to go back in my channel to the video actually where I called a Goodnight Kiss the best powdery fragrance, and I also have a video of leather fragrances, a list of leather fragrances. Then we talked about Great Britain. Alright, so let's get into business. Let's just go right into it. And the first one actually is the full bottle that I have and I cherish. So this is $1,750 bottle of a Goodnight Kiss. I bought this on discounted side on sale, because otherwise I cannot be spending money on a fragrance which is $1,800. So this is a powdery fragrance. This is a fragrance that smells like makeup. This is a fragrance, yes, we have the old vibes, we have the aldehydes, we have the iris butter, we have the rice powder accord, and we have that really nice human skin scent in here. For many, this is gonna smell like Johnson & Johnson baby powder. To me, I beg to differ. There is more depth to this than any powdery scent. There is that talc powder touch in here, but there's also the makeup-y vibe in here. And you know, there is this like a human scent, you know, that is so nice. And the opening is very lively too, that the aldehydes is kind of like sparkling. This is my best powdery fragrance. The only thing that I would like to underline today is that the performance on a Goodnight Kiss is way worse than the other 3 we're going to be talking about today. This lives a life of 4 to 6 hours on my skin. After that, and it gets really close to my skin. Therefore, it needs to be reapplied. For some, it is not acceptable at this price point, but for me, it's okay because I like the smell quality. I like the blending a lot per se. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine reapplying it because this is a fragrance that I cherish for on special occasions or when I feel, I need to smell this. It's just so calming, so comforting. It's a great one. I like this a lot, but the performance is a little questionable, especially compared to the other three we are going to be talking about today. And the next one we are going to be talking about today is a leather fragrance. But oh my god, what a leather fragrance! A leather fragrance like no other. And I talked about this in my video where I covered leather fragrances. This is ROJA Parfums Great Britain, retailing at $1,750. Right now, when I smell the cap like so, it smells beautiful. But when I apply it on my skin, which I'm not going to do today, it is extremely animalic. The animalic vibe from leather is prominent from the start to the end. Yes, he tried to balance it. He tried to counteract that with some florals in here. And there's also a Chypré nuance in here, but I cannot get past that animalic leather vibe in here. It is so hard to use, so hard to enjoy. I appreciate the fragrance. I appreciate the high quality. I think this is one of the best, if not the best, leather fragrance on the market. It is extremely sexy as well if you can wear it. I talked more about this in my video where I talked about leather fragrances. I say again, one of the best leather fragrances. Some say that this is alluding to Chanel's Cuir de Russie prior to reformulations. Right now, to me, Chanel's Cuir de Russie is a great leather fragrance. It's, kind of like, walk in the park kind of leather fragrance. It's very easy to use, very inoffensive. This is not. This is very sexy. This is very leathery, very animalic, and the performance is great. It's masculine, but I mean, in winter, maybe on women, it would be okay too. I just pull the animalic leather vibe so much on the skin, and I cannot really get past that vibe even in like after 4 hours. So I was like, oh my god, I love this, but the travel size that I have here is more than enough for me. But if you are a leather fragrance connoisseur, I think this is a fragrance you should experience before you close your eyes. Alright, so these two quickly we recapped. Alright, so now we're gonna be starting with Chypré Éxtraordinaire, $1,865. When I look at ROJA's website right now, and I'm seeing that it has just been updated. I mean, the outline and the look is a little different actually. I'm just gonna go and check more. Chypré Éxtraordinaire is here, and as you see, I have a dent that is growing as we speak because I like this fragrance a lot. And in order to test this fragrance, I'm gonna spray on my left arm, and we're gonna be talking about how beautiful, how expensive, how quality, how rounded, how professionally blended this Chypré fragrance is. Oh my god. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you something. This is feminine. In my opinion, this is a Chypré fragrance that is leaning more toward feminine world. It is unisex and men can wear this, and you know my channel. I don't believe in sex, gender, whatever. Everyone is everything. So, I wanted to buy this one, but I wanted to buy the Ugly Hive too. So I was like, which one am I going to spend money on? You know what I did? I had to pick one because of finances, and I went and pulled the trigger on the Ugly Hive. This is my favorite ROJA fragrance right now, and I'm gonna dedicate a video specifically for the Ugly Hive. But the fragrance that I was really considering before pulling the trigger on the Ugly Hive was Chypré Éxtraordinaire. Oh, it is sweet, but it is dry. It is woody. It is also powdery. There is a peachy fruitiness going on in this fragrance in the opening. And there's also florals, I get like the powdery violet kind of like rosy, sweet floral vibe in here, but there is also huge like a Chypré world in the base of this fragrance. So ROJA says, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, this is called Chypré Éxtraordinaire because what is extraordinary about this is that there is no oak moss in here. There is an oak moss base that he created specifically for this fragrance, and he used, that's why he called this kind of like extraordinary. So it's more like that moss base labdanum. I don't know how much patchouli he has in here because, you know, the base of the fragrance when it comes to ROJA's blending is like, you know, Manhattan. It's so crowded. We don't know what's going on. We don't know who is talking to who. Everything is so blended. Oh my God. And I can't really pick single notes. Yes, I can pick some that Chypré fruity touch. And I also can pick some like, you know, floral, violet thing going on. But as this fragrance dries down, it gets woodier, it gets more Chypré fragrance. The performance is really nice on this one, 8 to 10 hours. Oh, it's so perfumey, it's so French, it's so perfumey, it's giving me life. And I think this is signature worthy. If money is not an issue, you can wear this 24/7, 365, wherever, whenever, male, female, it doesn't matter, 0 to 100 ages. Chypré Éxtraordinaire is an extraordinary ROJA blending, and I like this a lot. If I see this on sale, I might pull the trigger. Oh my God, and the presentation and the sprayer, everything is so extraordinary, so sublime, so impeccable. And the bottles actually will be at the right bottom corner. This is so good. Yeah, there is a definitely kind of like old French vibe to this fragrance, but it's also dynamic. It's sweet, but it's also dry. I don't know, there's powdery touches to, oh my God. As this fragrance dries down, this might feel like it's getting more masculine actually. I'm not a like nose expert nose, but I think animalic vibe and the woody vibe get more pronounced as this fragrance dries down on your skin, or especially I am on my skin, it pulls more and more animalic as this dries down, but it's never offensive or off-putting because it's, hey, you know what, we're talking about ROJA. Everything is so well controlled, so well balanced. Oh my God, wow. Chypré fans out there, I think this is a fragrance that you need to try. I love this. Whoa, Chypré Extraordinaire, great release, great blending from Roger Dahl himself. Alright, so let's put this back in the container that it came with from ROJA's website. I paid money on all of these actually, and they all came from ROJA's website, the travel sizes. And the last one we're going to be talking about today is the perfume that the perfumer wears himself, ROJA Haute Luxe ROJA. Well, my knowledge is that ROJA worked for Guerlain for 20 or 25 years. So, and then he was the highest person in the rank with other last name that does not involve Guerlain before it was sold to LVMH. I don't know, rumor has it. If this is wrong, if you know better, please feel free to correct me. So what I know is that ROJA knows what historic Guerlains did. He knows Guerlain formulation. He knows how to blend perfumes. He knows old perfumery. He understands quality, and he studied blending a lot. And apparently he is a Mitsuko user, but over the years, like many other fragrances, Mitsuko has been reformulated. And then one day he unwrapped his box and then smelled it and then said, no, this is no longer the fragrance that I used to like and wear. So he set out to create his own fragrance, and he came up with this Chypré fragrance called ROJA before they would release 25 bottles on his birthday, but as they sell out, they started releasing 250 bottles, retailing at $3,500 on ROJA's website right now. The cheapest I have found this fragrance on sale was $2,700 actually, and it's still outrageous, outlandish. So now we are looking at a travel size here, and we are going to be spraying this on my right arm. All right. And as you see the bottle on the screen, this has gold flakes in it, and ROJA says that, that those gold flakes that float in the bottle are the least expensive, cheapest stuff in this bottle. So he says he has the highest quality ingredients in here. Best rose, best jasmine. But it's not like the best jasmine. It is the jasmine that is harvested at the perfect time. At the perfect time and extraction. So it's like the jasmine out of this world kind of jasmine. Orris butter, and of course, since this fragrance is kind of like held together so tightly on your skin, I am 100% sure there is tons of real ambergris going on in the making of this juice. Whenever you smell this, I think this is completely unique. To be honest, I've never smelled anything like this before, and I sprayed this on my husband as well, and what he said was, I've never smelled anything like this before, and I agree with him. It is calming, it is sensual, it is very soft. It is not loud and obnoxious, but this does not mean that this fragrance is weak. On the contrary, this lasts on your skin for 15 hours and even the last stages of this fragrance is so very fragrant actually, and it's not really getting closer to your skin. Even like you get closer to your arm like so at the 10th or 12th hour, you still get the whiffs of it. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm not an expert nose, and when it comes to ROJA's blendings, I cannot pick the individual note because to me it's impossible. What I know is that the blending is perfection. It's very smooth, very well blended, and everything is so obviously held together beautifully, so seamlessly by real ambergris in this fragrance, because the dry down, I think the dry down on this fragrance is one of a kind. There is no other dry down like this in the fragrance world right now. I am telling you, the dry down is fantastic. Woo! It's a Chypré fragrance. There is mossy feeling to it. There is floral, kind of like powdery, heliotropic vibe to it, but it's never too sweet, never too powdery. There is a little spiciness in this fragrance, especially when it starts to really dry down. There's like a warmth to it. There's like a spicy warmth to it that's combined with orris, and that makes it so sensual actually, so soft. And when you first spray it, there is a calming quality to this fragrance, but it's not lavender. It's not lavender or anything. It's great. I like this fragrance. It's not something I would really want to wear and carry on me, partially because of the price, and it's not like, I'm more of a Chypré Éxtraordinaire or a Goodnight Kiss or the Ugly Have. This is though something. If you enjoy fragrances, and if you enjoy the life, the evolution they take and they go through on your skin, the roller coaster, and if you are specifically interested in interesting dry downs with tons of nuances that I can't really pick, I think you should not leave this planet before experiencing ROJA Haute Luxe ROJA, the perfume that the perfumer wears himself. Oh my god, it's so nice. It's unique. There is a French quality to it. There is also a regal kind of it's not that old smelling. It is quality. It is Purple Label. Oh my god, this is a great fragrance. I have actually a dent that is growing as well on this one because I like spraying it on me, and I like trying to figure out the dry down and the shapes and the effects that this fragrance take over the life of it on my skin. I cannot really describe it. What I can say is that there's warmth to it. There's kind of like a close cinnamony vibe in the dry down that is really kind of like glued together with ambergris. There is a slight saltiness that is in the background of florals as well. This is great. I mean, this is a very nice fragrance, very concentrated. Wow. Try this, decant this, or just go for the travel size on ROJA's website. But I mean, a full bottle is actually, you don't need it. No one needs it. Just don't use your credit card to buy or purchase any of these fragrances. No one's life is better because they have ROJA fragrances. Hey, case in point. Or if someone does not have ROJA fragrances, that doesn't mean that they are unhappy or they're missing out on something. Hell no. There are other fragrances, way beautiful fragrances, very like, you know, quality fragrances, both in the designer world and the niche world. But like me, if ROJA Parfums is your favorite brand, one and only brand, I think you have to experience these 4 fragrances that I have talked to you about today. Alright, let me place this back in its container and let me take a sip, and then we're gonna wrap things up. Alright. I am hoping this video has been helpful. I hope I was able to answer some of your questions. Let me know down in the comment section if you have tried these fragrances. Correct me if I'm wrong, agree with me, disagree with me, everything you think, I want to know down in the comment section. Let's keep the discussion going down there. And as you know, this is a bilingual channel. Each and every video comes in 2 languages. One of them is in Turkish, the other one is in English. Just guess what? You have just watched the English version. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I cannot wait to see you at the next one. Take care, everyone.